Hello, this is Sukanya with the 7th episode in the Āścarya Rare Stories series. Continuing the earlier episode on Seshadri Swamigal, in this episode I'll talk about his youth, his formal induction into sannyas, and his experiences till he arrives at Tiruvannamalai. Seshadri's involvement with Arunachala only grew from his mother's passing away. Despite never having been to nor seen any image of Arunachala, he once sketched the 5 peaks of Tiruvannamalai, and the sketch turned out to be an exact replica. He then started worshipping it along with Devi Kamakshi and Rama. That Seshadri Swamigal was heading towards a spiritual path was very clear. In fact, just before his mother passed away, her brother, an accomplished astrologer, had predicted that Seshadri would become a sannyasi and yogi, renouncing family life. This caused a lot of grief and trauma within the family, eventually leading to his mother's demise. Seshadri had now shifted to his uncle's house. His daily rituals were intense. From 5 in the morning till 12 noon, doing puja in his room, maintaining odd hours in his prayers, meditation and temple visits. His food habits were irregular, often forgetting to eat, and on many days he was on fast. He was constantly in a spiritual frame of mind. He even used to frequent the cremation grounds to meditate without disturbances. No amount of requests, threats or entreaties from his relatives to lead a normal life or restrict his pujas to the house had any effect. In fact, it only resulted in him leaving his uncle's house and living in temples or in the streets. Very soon he was given sannyas by an older sannyasi who was coming from Haridwar to visit Rameshwaram and happened to meet Seshadri. In course of time, Seshadri Swamigal's father's Shradham was due and his uncle came to him to request him to participate in it. No amount of explaining by Seshadri Swamigal that a sannyasi should not perform any family role was accepted. He was literally dragged and locked in a room in his uncle's house the day previous to the ceremony to ensure he would be present. The next day, when the time came for his part in the rituals, his family unlocked his room, but to their shock he was not inside, and there were no signs of forced exit too. This moment was revealing. Only then his uncle and aunt realized the terrible mistake they had made in not recognizing his yogic strength. On another note, Chandrasekhara Saraswati or Kanchi Mahaperiva, the Shankaracharya, who is held in very high regard even today, ensured that this house where Seshadri Swamigal performed his first public miracle is maintained by the Kanchi Mutt as a memorial, with spiritual activities being held over there. Soon after this incident, Seshadri Swamigal was in a Shiva temple in a nearby town when a big snake emerged from a punna tree inside the temple. Instead of fleeing the place, Seshadri Swamigal invited it, and it crept up his hand and curled itself thrice around his neck and spread its hood over his head like an umbrella and vanished soon after. People were surprised and deemed it to be a manifestation of Shiva himself. Seshadri Swamigal kept moving from town to town and wouldn't stay long in one place, not wanting the attention of people who started flocking to him on hearing about his prowess. Finally, he arrived at Tiruvannamalai aged 19 and stayed there till he attained Samadhi. More about his life in Tiruvannamalai in the next episode. Thank you.